All right, in this video, we're gonna be going over some of the training techniques and styles that we use to improve our lower half in the javelin throw.
Nice throw.
That's what we're talking about! Come on! Let's go!
Whether you're a beginner, intermediate, or advanced, be sure to go to our website and check out our free javelin course. This is where I'll answer all your questions from javelin technique, nutrition, to physical preparation. All right, so what we're doing here is we're doing something called the water bag impulse drill. So Jordan's gonna hold the bag over his head, and we're gonna be working on getting the left foot down quick and then firing the back hip.
This is how you do the drill wrong. Go ahead, Nev.
All right, so same thing, overhead. Now Nevin's gonna go. So this is gonna be really important for athletes that struggle to keep their posture nice and tall, okay? So people that might be leaning one way or another. So having the water bag over the head is really helpful for stabilizing the upper body being nice and tall while we're still working on getting the fast back foot contact to front foot contact. So that's the whole goal of during this is when we're firing the back hip and getting the left foot down quick, getting that block leg down quick, we're going to be keeping the upper body nice and stable. So now what we're doing is we're building off of that last progression, and now Jordan's going to do something that we call the axe chop drill. So we're setting the lower body like we did before, but now when he brings it up over the top, he's gonna be ripping down like a throw, okay? So this is gonna be really working on firing that back hip and absorbing the force with the block leg. Good. 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 One more.
Yes, it's worth it.
Oh. What we're gonna be doing now is we're working on a drill with the back hip firing forward into the block leg. So Nevin, get your left foot out. No, face this way. So he's gonna get his block leg out in front of him. So we're gonna get the hip a little bit sooner to work on that hip shoulder separation. And then the kettlebell is absorbing into the block leg. So what you're doing there is you're working on firing the back hip forward and then keeping the block leg stable, okay? So the whole point of this is to fire the back hip, but we wanna keep the upper body super, super relaxed. So we're not actively ripping the kettlebell down, but the kettlebell is dropping as a result of that back hip getting engaged. Okay, relax the upper body, good. Jordan?
Now this is how you do the drill properly.
Yeah, now this is how you do it the right way.
So we have a before and after.
Slide up a little bit.
That was before Nevin learned. This is after.
Yeah.
We went on vacation for a month.
All right, so what we did there was we cut the camera. We had Nevin try it out a couple more times, and now he's gotten a lot better at it, so let's take a look. Yeah, you can see how the back hip is internally rotating. So it's starting open, it gets forward, and then, yeah, you see, look at the stability there. Go one more time. I said like a whole lot of nothing while you were doing that. I was like, every time I said something, I started laughing. All right, so you can see here, the hip is gonna start open, and then it'll start coming forward. And you see the block leg is fully stable, and he's working on absorbing all that force into that block leg. So this is training your body's ability to internally rotate into the block and really have all that force then translate into the throw. All right, so what we got here is we're gonna be working on that trail leg follow through now. And as you may see with pitchers that are throwing off of a mound, a lot of times it's easier to get a high trail leg follow through when you're throwing downhill off of a mound. So with the javelin, it's a lot harder to do that, but you still want to achieve that goal. The reason why it's harder to do that is because you are throwing off of a flat runway and then you're throwing at a higher angle. In baseball, you're throwing down and you're throwing from a standstill off a mound. So it's a lot easier to get that trail leg. So what we're gonna be doing here is we're gonna be walking through and we're gonna be practicing turning over that back foot and getting that trail leg follow through. So just walk through it the first couple times. Okay, so you see there, he's getting the hang of it. And then Nevin. And then as we go through, as they get more comfortable, we're gonna start to speed it up a little bit. But you can just tell how much easier it is for them to get that donkey kick follow through, okay? So get one more at that intensity and then one more higher intensity going over.
I'm probably not going to push the ramp if I go too fast. Or should I try and hit like the...
Yeah, just try to, you get hit closer to the bottom. So just hit a penultimate from further back and then land more here. So that one, Nevin brought a lot more power, but landed higher up in the box. The goal there is when we're bringing more, the lower down you get on the box, the more it's gonna feel like an actual javelin runway. So it's a lot easier up here, and then it's harder the lower you get. So if you're able to bring a lot more speed and intensity and then start practicing letting it land here or even here is really fine, and then it'll translate a little bit more directly to the javelin. All right, so now that we use those 3 drills to start setting the foundation for our lower half, we're gonna transition into a 3-step med ball throw. And the same thing here is, it's a lot easier to focus on your lower half when you're throwing a medicine ball rather than when you're throwing a javelin, because when you're throwing a javelin, you're worried about how far it's going, you're worried about the flight and if it's going through the point or out to the side. Here, med ball is nice and simple, just focus on the lower half, and yeah, that's it.
I could not keep a straight face, I don't know why.
You guys are in a joking mood today.
I'm so silly.
So silly today.
That med ball is zesty.
Nevin, try to find the point a little bit more.
Right to the point.
Losing the tip a little bit.
You can see that it was kind of like a curveball.
Every time
Let's set there.
I get the feeling.
Good. Yeah, the really key important part of this too is it's very easy to keep your energy going in a linear fashion when you're throwing with the med ball, because you're not worried about throwing at a higher angle. You're worried about throwing into the wall. So it's a really good practice to get a linear penultimate and keep your energy going forward. All right, so now we're gonna be adding a little bit more speed. We're gonna be going 5 steps instead of 3. Nice. Same thing here, we want to work on keeping the chest tall, keeping the upper body nice and level, and then getting our energy through the front of the runway. If you notice too, they're very linear with their body and they're creating that linear energy. But with Jordan, who's a more advanced athlete, you see that he's getting that lift on the medicine ball that happens very naturally from his back hip rotating into the block. You see that his back hip is lifting the medicine ball. Oh, let's go. You see, that's an example of someone forcing the height.
That was a prime example of a less athletic jab throw. Hey, go again. Look, stupid trying to grab the ball. Go ahead, throw it again.
I'm Nevin.
He's just a spitball his last
All right, nice work. All right, that is an example of a lower body focused day of training for javelin without a javelin.